bring the tax committee back to order, and Representative Earhart moves House File 144, the Omnibus Transportation Finance Bill, to be before the committee. Welcome, Representative Hornstein.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So there are a couple of tax provisions in the bill I want the committee to be aware of. We have on page 22, section 4, this is the a local option county wheelage tax. And as you know, this is in effect, this would be in effect for Greater Minnesota. And we have set the fee at $10 per vehicle. And that would be a uniform fee up until 2017. And then counties could then charge a variable rate after that. And again, I'd like to emphasize that this is a local option wheelage tax. There are several counties in the metro area that currently have this authority, so we're just extending that to Greater Minnesota. There's two additional provisions in Section 13 and Section 14 on page 30. Section 13 takes away the referendum requirement for the imposition of a local option sales tax in Greater Minnesota. That's on lines 19 and 20. And then on page 30, section 14 at the bottom, and then page 31 at the top, we have the ability, again, for a local option sales tax to be imposed in Greater Minnesota, up to 0.5%, and that would be available at the discretion of the local authority for both road and transit, specific road and transit improvements in that particular locality. So those are the only tax provisions in the bill. And Madam Chair, I know there's an amendment which I would support. I don't know who's offering it, but no, there's an A11 and I would support that.
Okay, thank you, Chair Hornstein. I'm going to move the H1444 A11 amendment. And on the amendment, members, I've spoken with the chair, and this would simply remove the tax provisions from the bill so we can vote this out tonight to Ways and Means, keep it on schedule. We keep the tax provisions here and consider them for the omnibus tax bill tomorrow. And I also have met with Representative Davids, and I'll let Representative Davids speak for himself, but I think this is something that could work for us tonight. Representative Davids.
Well, Madam Chair, I certainly agree with what you intend to do here. I'm certainly going to support the amendment. We'll take the tax provisions out. They'll be here so the tax committee can consider them and then send Representative Chairman Hornstein's bill on its way.
Thank you. Further discussion on, just sort of like we did DMC, we just kept the tax provisions here and sent the bill out, or public testimony for or against this amendment. Discussion on the amendment. Representative Garofalo.
Madam Chair, just to be clear, I think this is your intention, but this is not something that the Senate could drop into a conference committee and then goes to the floor. We have your guarantee that we're not going to be seeing a transportation finance bill with tax provisions that doesn't go through this committee.
I hope not. I mean, my intention, to be clear, I think we would differ here on the actual tax provisions in Representative Hornstein's bill. I support them, and I intend to put them in the omnibus tax bill, but we want them carried in the omnibus tax bill and have the transportation committee go off and do everything but the transportation taxes. Representative Garofalo.
Madam Chair, I was just making sure that the House Tax Committee is defending its jurisdiction. I have every belief that that's what you want to do, so just It's nice in case someone's listening or watching that they know not even to try. So thank you.
Thank you, Representative Garofalo. Further discussion? If not, we're going to vote to put on the A11 here. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. The amendment is adopted. And with that, we can now vote on the bill as is to send it off to Ways and Means. If there's further discussion on House File 144 as amended, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. The bill is passed and is off to Ways and Means. Thank you, Representative Hornstein.
Thank you, Madam Chairman and members.
Thank you. And then further, Representative Davids and I were talking. I think if it's all right with everyone, we're just going to adjourn tonight. We know folks have amendments and things they still want to work on. But people need time to do that, and people need rest. And Representative Davids, your thoughts?
I certainly support that trajectory here, and so I think get a good night's rest, and then we can debate and mark up the tax bill tomorrow.
Okay, is everybody okay with that? We do have session at 9. I understand it's not supposed to be too long, and there may be recesses, so we would intend to start up as soon as we can get a recess or after adjournment. Okay, is there any questions? Okay, if we are adjourned. Thank you, members.
Thank you.